Alrighty, that should be the stream back online now. Hopefully that didn't cause too much disruption. Probably won't have looked any different to when I lost connection earlier on. Pacey subbed? Where did you sub? Why is Twitch not telling me this? I'll check that in a second, mate. I'm going to check why Twitch has not told me, but I don't want to alt-tab when this is on a loading screen because it gets a little bit tetchy. But as soon as this is loaded up, I'm going to alt-tab out and see what's what with that, because it should have said something. Why did you not say something? Yeah, right, what's the harm? What's the harm? It shouldn't be a big deal, I don't think. But it's not really what the game thinks. Especially armor. Oh god, yeah, I don't touch any keys once armor starts loading, that's it. It's like, until I'm in the server, I don't touch anything. The load times can be a little bit painful here. Press any key to load while loading. Yeah, right. Press any key to break it, more like. What game is this? This is Total War Warhammer 2. So if you're at all familiar with Warhammer Fantasy Battles, not 40k, the Fantasy Battles game, the tabletop game. Basically, this is like an RTS campaign strategy game of that, and we're playing as the Norscans, who are basically they're Warhammer's version of Vikings, but they're a little bit hardier, a lot more bloodlustier. And they have like mammoths and frost dragons and frost trolls and shit like that. Frost everything. Frost wolves, frost mammoths, frost trolls, frost dragons, frost bite probably. I don't know. So we've been role-playing a campaign as them for the last, I'd say, week and a half, 2 weeks maybe. We're 115 turns in. And basically what it means when we're role-playing it, sometimes I do a really bad Norscan voice, but basically we're trying to make decisions in the game that feel like the characters would make them, and just tell little stories. I'm just going to toggle that, and I'm just going to alt-tab out real quick. No. Why aren't you telling me anything, Twitch? How long ago did you sub, Batesy? Was it like just before you said, or when you followed, or what? Like, because it's not having it. Just after following? That's really weird. Alright, well, I'm going to take your word for it. Got a sub picture. You do have a sub picture, of course. I can see that. You will also get a VIP tag after the stream, provided I remember. That I'm giving those out to the first few people who subscribe. Apologies, mate. I don't know why it's not told me that, but thank you so much for subscribing. That means so much to me. I really appreciate the support. Alright. where basically I always save at the end of a turn, so all we've got to do at the minute is end the turn and let the AI take its moves. Yeah, effing Twitch, I know, tell me about it. What's it doing? Is there anybody in the chat right now that can drop an invite to the Discord? Is anybody that's already in there, maybe? Sabbather, Head Reaper. Arwinil. Oh wow, the Blessed Dread had taken on Ulthwan. That's a bit of a shock. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, baby. The link I just posted? I can't remember, mate. I don't know when I posted stuff. I'm already forgetting. Yeah, my Discord's full of other streamers, people from TF, lots of cool artists, some really good writers. There's like just all manner of creative people, and just people that like to hang out in the sort of community that we're building up here. So yeah, Batesy, actually, if you join, I need to say welcome. First of all, welcome to the Doghouse because you followed, and second of all, welcome to the Wolfpack because you are now paying to support this. This venture of mine. Subscribers and people who have donated bits are considered part of the Wolf Pack. Wolf, indeed. There's a lot of movement going on. I feel like the world is currently in flux because the Barrow Legion, who just taken their moves there, were the dominant power in the area to the south of us. But the Empire and Bretonnia in the last few turns have really kicked their ass. Adolphus Schaffner. Okie do. Now we're on to our turn. And we've got our first decision already. Hidden Fissure. Amongst the high, snowy peaks, a scouting party has uncovered a dark passage leading into the heart of the mountain. Your shamans say this is no ordinary cave. It is a gate to the void, giving direct access to chaos energies. They say they hear the gods themselves whispering from within, promising that those who dare approach may be granted new and terrible strength. You should send someone to investigate. So do we send the trolls or do we send the marauders? I think we're very focused on the marauders, which is the human element of this army, so we'll send the marauders, we'll send the warriors. Your warriors will welcome the chance to face such harshness. They are up to the task. Alright, cool. So we'll send them in there. That'll give us some... what does it give us? Recruit rank +4 for marauder units for the next 10 turns, which is not really going to make massive difference because we don't have a lot of recruiting to do, but... Okay, we need to land there.
Despoil and ravage. On the prowl.
We are trespassing on Empire, well, on Middenland's lands, but we don't really care. Might gift a sub. I mean, you are not obliged, sir. By no means. I massively appreciate anybody who subscribes, donates bits, or donates subs, but nobody has to. Everybody can just chill here for free if they want. Wait, what the fuck is that? Oh wow, the Blessed Dread have taken over a massive portion of Ulthuan. That's surprising. Man, just so much weird stuff going on. Alright. Throg really needs to make landfall somewhere so that we can replenish our forces. I think we're going to make landfall at Mistnar, because I really don't care if I upset the High Elves all that much.
Chieftain of the tribe.
We'll put him into Force March, and we'll bring him over here, Sigwulf Griddleson. There we go. Can you? No, you can't. Alright, that's them moved. I'm going to move up here and select Jason, our man exploring the western coast. So we're going to bring him down. Free, but then you get the ads. Well, I mean, I don't get the ads. Twitch gets the ads. If there are ads on my videos, which I don't know if there are or not. Okay, does any building need... Yep, we need to improve stuff over here. Frozen Landing can be upgraded, so we'll do that. Lord Not Moved. Ulf the Wolf Einarson. Ah, yes, we're going to move him over the border and start raiding. So we're currently at minus 411 gold per turn. If we start raiding Zoishenk, we're at a positive 1,000. Hooray! Alright, that's that turnover. There was ads for you. I don't know how. I don't think there's a way I can get rid of ads, unfortunately. Sabbatha Head Reaper. So we actually need to do a little bit of replenishing all of our forces for a couple turns. We took some hefty hits in recent battles, and if Batesy, if you are interested in this and you start sort of wanting to know how we got to where we're at, some of the VODs are probably still on Twitch, but it only keeps them for 2 weeks. But with this in particular, the Let's Roleplay Norsca campaign, I have been exporting it to my YouTube. So if you just search for Let's Roleplay Norsca on YouTube, I'm the top result for that. If you search like Total War Warhammer 2 or anything like that, I don't really come up. I don't have a lot of views. But if you wanted to catch up, if you were interested in this, you can always check out the YouTube channel and see the previous turns.
On your own blood, Southerner.
Luon Leonker. Oh, damn! Okay. So for those who don't know, we are role-playing this campaign with kind of a theme. The short-term theme we've completed already, but the mid-term theme was to keep Bretonnia, this faction, weak, and complete a bunch of quests that we get to get different unique weapons and everything. And so far throughout the game, you start off at war with Bretonnia as Norsca. And we haven't made peace with them, even though they've asked a couple times. Mostly because every time they've asked, it was just, do you want to make peace? And it's like, well, no, because you're a pretty big target for us. But if they're offering 3,000 gold... I'm tempted to take it. I mean, it doesn't mean we're at peace forever, right? We can always declare war on them later. But 3,000 gold is not anything to scoff at. I'm going to say no for now, but if they offer us money again, because I don't think we're in too bad a financial situation, But if they
I travel the
do
world
offer us money
seeking
again.
jewels. Today you bring one to me.
The Deadwood Sentinels. Their demands, we're not paying you money for a non-aggression pact. Go away. I don't think so. Technology researched. Destruction of Bretonnia. Excellent. Right. So we're going to go up here and we're going to go Wulfrik stands to a raiding camp which will replenish his troops that are a bit injured. He also lost 2 spearman units and something else. I can't remember what else he lost. I don't know. I think maybe... Oh, he had a troll unit with him, didn't he? So we really need to replace those. So let's get 2 spearmen and some Norscan ice trolls to refill his army. His lieutenants here, Felman Ingerson and Sertharek, will also be in raiding camps, so we'll be earning money from those as well as replenishing troops and recruiting troops. Meanwhile, Throg over here is going to do the same, because he needs to replenish his forces. Okay, Throg has a solid front line of marauders, 4 marauders with shields. He's got 4 spearmen, which is probably slightly more than he needs. He's got 3 bunches of javelin men and 3 Norscan ice trolls. PayPal can't set up pre-approved payments. Oh, that's interesting and sucky. Okay, so Throg needs 3 new units. We'll get him some Norscan ice wolves to chase down things that run away from him. And we'll actually just go ahead and get him another unit of Norscan ice trolls, so he's got 4 in total. Which is far more than he really needs, but he is the king of the trolls, so why not?
Norsca.
Jason's going to continue heading around this coast. Aha! Abandoned ship. A loaded shipwreck starts to sink as your heavy-booted crew fail to take care while offloading the salvage. There is only time for 1 more load before they must abandon ship. I mean, if it's a choice of one or the other, arms and armour is more valuable, but I don't know. They have been out at sea for a long time, so I think we could actually justify either, but because of how long they've been at sea, we're going to give them the barrels of rum. And we need to pick another technology. Can't get that. Chaos Surge. Nowhere else but under the shadow of chaos are such brutish and degenerate killers nurtured and bred. Improves recruitment cost and charge bonus for Norscan trolls, Norscan ice trolls, and Fimir warriors. We'll go ahead and we'll get that. So that's going to be that turn. Sigwulf Gridelsson and Engra Christiansen have gained the trait Raider. That will make their raids more profitable. Good old Sabbather Headreaper. Was gonna get some bits, but PayPal says not today. That sucks, mate. PayPal can definitely be a bit finicky. Ooh, there is a lot of large Bretonnian armies running around. There we go. Improved raiding for those two. Right. Wulfrik's going to be immobile for at least 6 turns to recruit everything he needs to recruit. Throg is going to be immobile for 13 turns. That's a lot.
Slaughter the sheep. Done. Moving out.
The Lost Convoy. A convoy of trading ships carrying myriad precious goods across a nearby sea trade route have been brought low by the angry sea god Stromfels, much to the chagrin of wealthy merchants and investors back at their home ports. Knowing that such a wreckage could be a highly profitable salvage opportunity, you sail towards the area, but unsurprisingly others have also caught wind of it. You could continue your approach, but this might end in a confrontation at sea. Jason's army is not particularly big. Doomtrack, how are you doing, buddy? Oh, well, actually I was just going to explain how we're going to do that, because we're going to make a decision here that's roleplay. Jason's army is not particularly big, and most of it is chariots, and he has a mammoth. Now, quite how they've got them on long ships, I don't know, but they're certainly not ideal for fighting at sea. So we're not going to sail to the wreck and risk getting into a fight, because Jason doesn't have the numbers nor the battle. Like, he can't use chariots on long ships, right? So he's basically outnumbered and out-teched. So we are going to wait and take a smaller hoard of treasure, because that's the smart roleplay decision. It's also probably the smart gaming decision in this case, because I doubt his army's big enough to defeat whatever pops up. But we'll wait, and we'll get 500 gold. So having decided to wait to discover the fate of the convoy's wreckage, you eventually receive word that several deadly sea battles took place at the site. Allegedly very few ships managed to get in and out of the area with anything of any value without being set upon by murderous rivals. In the ensuing chaos, most of the loot ended up at the bottom of the ocean, but your scouts in the area still managed to recover a few valuables from the site.
On the prowl.
You're off for tonight, Batesy? Alright, mate, no problem. Have a good night, and it was a pleasure patrolling with you. Panfuricus, thank you for the donating 5 bits. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. How are you going to roleplay the werewolves? I mean, I don't tend to roleplay individual units. Maybe now and again. But it's more about making decisions with roleplay purpose, right? So for this campaign, we actually have some objectives that we've given ourselves. Pan works. Okay, cool. Pan works. Our short-term objective as the Norscans was to unite the Norscan clans in the north under our banner. and begin Wulfrik's Monster Hunter quests, which we've done both of. We've united the Norscan clans in the north, and Wulfrik's done his first Monster Hunt quest, which gave him the Frostverm Frigastrex as an ally, so as a unit in his army. Our midterm goal is to keep Bretonnia weak enough, well, basically keep them weak, which we stepped back a bit from because the Barrow Legion were really, really strong, and I was very worried that if we weakened them too much, the Barrow Legion would just steamroll them. But the Barrow Legion are now losing to the Empire and Bretonnia. So we're probably going to be going back to that goal of trying to keep Bretonnia weak, but also the midterm goal is for Wulfrik to complete his Monster Hunter quests, complete his unique item quests, and we're probably trying to get Throg his Winter Crown as well. Then our long-term goal for the campaign is to destroy Bretonnia. Basically, we want to burn inland and settle Bretonnia's coasts, get rid of Bretonnia. That is our long-term goal. And then we have an extension goal beyond that, which is essentially burn everything, settle the coasts in the entire world. But that's more of a thing because that's how most people play Total War, right? They just go on and they're like, we're going to conquer the whole map. Well, yeah, we will do that eventually if we want, but we're trying to give it a bit more of a flavour, a bit more of a this is what we want to do. We want to actually behave in a way that's akin to the Norscans, right? Or at least how we're role-playing them so far. We've been in a war with Kislev. We messed them up pretty healthily, and then they paid us a large sum of money to leave them alone. And I think that the roleplay thing for Norscans to do is, sure, we'll take 4,000 gold and stop attacking you for now, because why wouldn't they? Whereas as a player, you might just think, no, I'm just going to keep going until you're dead. Because realistically, from a gameplay point of view, that makes the most sense. Just wipe them off the map once you're at war with them. But that's not what we're doing. So yeah, we just took their money and left them alone for a bit. Who's not moved? Jason hasn't moved. I really need to find somewhere for him to make landfall and start recovering some troops. I'm going to have him continue heading south.
The eagle guides me.
So similar to how people do Crusader Kings role-playing. Yeah, pretty much. I do actually really like Paradox games, and I do role-playing on Crusader Kings when I play that as well. Haven't actually streamed any role-playing Crusader Kings yet, but it's definitely something that's on my list to do at some point. I keep asking my community on my Discord what they want to see me do, and so far nobody's really gone for Crusader Kings 2, but if you, Pan, and you, Doom, want to join my Discord, the invite is there. Am I getting Imperator Rome? I will at some point, because I do love Paradox games, but I don't think I'm going to get it at release, mostly because I'm super hyped for Three Kingdoms Total War, and that's going to take up a lot of probably my playing desire. I'm going to want to play the hell out of that. And also Paradox games at release. Paradox games at release, even though some of them are good at release, they tend to change quite dramatically as they release more and more DLCs and more bolt-ons that change the game. I'm sure if you play a lot of Paradox games you'll know this. So I'm not super hyped about jumping on Imperator Rome at the start, but it will definitely get bought at some point, and we'll definitely play some. Not seeing any panels. Panels? Panels for what? Andreas Schumacher of the Empire. Pan, thank you for the host. Appreciate that. Thank you very, very much, mate. Any direction towards the channel is always helpful. Stream panels. Oh, you mean like for chat and like followers and donations and stuff like that? below the stream. I'm not 100% sure what it is you mean, but the answer's probably the same either way. I started streaming less than a month ago, and basically I still don't know how everything works. I started doing this because I play games anyway, and I roleplay games anyway, and I was like, why not just stream them, right? I started streaming stuff on Discord for my girlfriend anyway, and it was like, well, I mean, if I'm gonna be streaming it and talking about what I'm doing, why don't I just stream on Twitch? So I started streaming on Twitch about 3.5 weeks ago, and yeah, there's still lots of stuff that I need to get sorted out, but I'm not in a rush to do them. That's the thing. You know, certain people have come to me and been like, oh, you should get X, Y, and Z sorted out, and it's like, I definitely will, but I'm not super concerned about doing it because I don't want to put more effort into Twitch than I'm gonna get out of it. So if I like made everything at the start right and then nobody watched the channel at all, it'd be like, what did I make all that stuff for? And now I just don't want to stream because I don't know, like, just because it'd feel like wasted time, right? So I'm just more trying to grow it organically. I'm just kind of playing, seeing how many people watch, how many followers I get, how involved people get in the sort of community that I'm building and stuff. And piece by piece, you know, I'm putting stuff in. I do really need to get a description worked out and stuff for my Twitch, but I am actually going away for 11 days tomorrow, which is why I'm doing a marathon stream today. I'm trying to just do as much streaming as possible today, just cram a load of stuff in, and then we'll see, sort of, obviously you guys won't see me then for nearly 2 weeks, so yeah, nothing's going to be changing in the next 2 to 3 weeks because I won't even be here.
To the four corners!
Wulfrik. To the four corners! Ba 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 ba. I think I'm going to give him Wound Maker. Such is their power and ferocity. A Wound Maker will ravage the foe, cutting and pulverizing until there is only one exit: death. Pan, thank you for the follow, and yes, thank you. It's been really nice meeting you, actually. I really enjoy it when people come in and be active in the chat. So I hope we'll see you again, if you are indeed leaving us. And yeah, I mean, if you want, I don't know if you joined the Discord or not. If I see you in there, I might poke you and ask you some questions. I think the people that oh, you're not leaving. Okay, cool. I thought it sounded like you were leaving. Yeah, if you want to join the Discord, I think that the people I usually ask questions of may be getting a little bit sick of me being a total nub, and just being like, how does I do this? Why is this not working? What's wrong with this? You don't see Discord information. There should be an invite further up in the chat. I posted an invite. Again, I need to get round to writing descriptions, and I'll include the Discord information in that when I do that. But for now, I'm just settling for dropping links in the chat every now and again. I really should set it up to be automatic or something, but Doomtrack saw it. There you go. So I didn't get that wrong. I didn't mess it up. How are you guys doing anyway, Doom and Pan? You guys had a good Thursday? It's Thursday, right? Doom is your buddy? Ah, it makes sense that you guys turned up at the same time then. It's a good Thursday. Ah, Thursday. I like it.
I usually negotiate with my sword,
Tretch.
but today you are lucky.
Yeah, no, we're not paying you money for anything. I don't think so. Filthy rats. It's literally Thursday, yeah. Yeah, I know. Which is funny, actually. I should do more Let's Roleplay Norsca on Thursdays, or Thursdays. Should be a theme. The dwarfs and the von Carsteins have made peace. Why are you doing so badly, Barrow Legion? You were kicking ass before. Now look at it. Bretonia's just steamrolling you. Oh god, Bretonia's taken Gorcel. Repost link says it's not visible. Okay, no problem. I'll do it when the end turn sequence is finished, because I don't want to alt tab whilst the computer is thinking, because this game will just go, what? Dmitry Tsaryov. Felman Ingerson has gained the Raider trait. We've researched that. I'm just going to jump back to my Discord and invite, generate link, copy. There you go, Pan. Should be able to see that now. Batesy has joined. I need to give him a couple of roles. He is Twitch follower and he is Wolfpack. And I can see that Panfuricus has joined. So Twitch follower for you. Alrighty. That's that done. Okay. Where are we at with Wulfrik? Nope, you're Surthaek. 3 more turns. Okay. Whoop. Bit of lag. Oh wow, the drowned are up there as well. Crap.
Slaughter the sheep.
Who are they? That's the Court of Pleasure. Wow, man, the evil races are just doing so well in this game. Check Discord. I mean, I was just there. Oh, okay. I see. Yup. There we go. Apologies, guys. Had to tend to something there. Alright, Jason is on land, so we can start raiding with him next turn to replenish his units. Okay, you guys, that, and this needs to be that. Alright. Technology, Ice-Blooded Strength. Improve recruitment cost and weapon strength for those units. Prolonged exposure to the dark energies of the bitter, frozen north creates the toughest and most monstrous freaks. Cool, we'll get that. That sounds good to me. Sigwolf Griddleson has leveled up again. We will give him Voice of the Dark Gods. This lord speaks with a dread booming voice, a gift from his dark masters to ensure obedience. Do I have a favourite Paradox game, Pan? Yes. It used to be CK2, and I do still dearly enjoy CK2. But Stellaris has somewhat knocked it off top spot. I play almost all of them, or at least I own almost all of them. I don't really play Europa Universalis 4. I've played a few hours of it. It just feels so dull compared to some of the other ones now. I don't play Victoria 2 because it doesn't run on my PC. I play some Hearts of Iron 4, but it's gotten very stale for me, so that's kind of like sitting in third place. CK2 is sitting firmly in second place. I love that game. It's one of my top 3 played games on Steam, like 200 and odd hours on it or something. And again, I love role playing on it. I love trying to play to the characters' traits and everything. And then my top one is Stellaris, just because I really enjoy like migration treaties and setting species rights and stuff. Like, I love that you can have an underclass of aliens and stuff like that. It's just, it lends itself so well to role playing on a global, like on a faction scale rather than an individual scale like CK2. No, because I really can't be bothered to watch your turns. So no, not right now. Also, I'm worried that you'll pull me into a ridiculous war that I don't want to be in. So yeah, Stellaris is my favourite. CK2 is a pretty close second. Hearts of Iron 4 is sitting in third by virtue of the fact that I enjoy it more than EU4 and I can't play Vicky 2. Depending on if it works well, the concept, like the time zone for Imperator Rome will probably jump in at third or fourth place. Almost guaranteed fourth. I think I'll enjoy Imperator Rome better than EU4 just off the bat. And if it's a decent enough game, then I'll enjoy it better than Hearts of Iron 4 off the bat as well. I can't play Vicky 2, no. I've got it, I've tried, but my computer's like, I don't know what this is, stop asking. EU, Rome and Vicky 2 are your favourites, so all the ones that are currently not mine. Oh, Alberic must have got his face kicked in taking Gorcel, because it's only him and his paladins that are left. Yeah, at some point I fully expect you'll see Stellaris and CK2 on this Twitch channel, but Imperator Rome hype at maximum. I've normally with all games, not just Paradox games, but with all games, I tend to not get hyped. I try and put to the back of my mind that the game is coming out, and then just when it comes out, I'm like, oh yeah, that released us today, I'll get it now, or you know, I'll download it and play it now. And so I haven't really been following Imperator Rome. Like, I haven't been watching many of the dev diaries and stuff like that. We have a recruiting shortage. There is a distinct lack of able and willing bodies to join your forces for the ongoing wars. Your press gangers, recruiters, or straight up kidnappers are struggling to find volunteers. Oh well. Do I play much multiplayer? Not particularly right now, but mostly because I don't know that many people that enjoy the games. So there's not really a lot of people that I can play multiplayer with. Me and the lady friend play some Stellaris and CK2, but she actually enjoys Total War a lot more than those now. So we play Total War more than anything else. But yeah, I mean, if I had people to play it with, then probably I would, but not right now, I don't know. Can do now. I'm down for that. You can expect me to be role-playing my faction, because that's pretty much how I play all games of this ilk. Yeah, when I say like role-playing, the reason this guy started off called Ulf Einarsson, and he's now called Ulf the Wolf Einarsson because he fought a battle just out here. I force moved him to bring him up to the Tower of Karak, and the Bay of Blades was in Middenland's hands. And then the Middenlander army came out of the Bay of Blades and attacked him. If he'd have lost, he would have just been destroyed because he was in forced march, right? But through clever use of his skin wolves, the Wolves of Einarsson, he won the battle, and they didn't take a single loss, and they got like 250 kills. So now he's basically mad about wolves, right? He's got Norscan ice wolves, he's got more skin wolves now. He calls himself the Wolf. So that's what I mean about like role playing, is letting the game sort of tell stories. When's that available? Rank 18. Okay. Unnatural selection. Yes, because that improves his warhounds and his wolves and his chariots and stuff. You organise about 10 to 12 player games of CK2, Stellaris and EU4 sometimes. That sounds awesome. I mean, I wouldn't do the EU4 ones just because the game really doesn't resonate with me all that much. Maybe I would, but I don't know. But yeah, Stellaris and CK2, I'm definitely up for those. Love those games. Although, you know, don't bother asking in March when Three Kingdoms Total War comes out, because I won't answer. I'll be busy. So excited. Like I was just saying before, I don't normally get hyped for games before they come out because I try and forget that they're even coming out. But Three Kingdoms Total War I am so hyped for. I'm a massive... when I was a kid, I was a massive Dynasty Warriors fan. I played Dynasty Warriors just like all day, every day for months. I love it. I played so many of them. I played from Dynasty Warriors 2, I played 3, 4, 5, 6. I've played a bit of DW7, I played like DW4 Empires. So like I know those characters inside and out. And then after that, when I realized that there was like Romance of the Three Kingdoms 8, the kind of strategy politics, it's a little bit like CK2 and a little bit like Total War, I guess. But very old and very different. But yeah, once I discovered those, I started playing those, and it's just a period of history that I loved so much, and it means a lot to me. It resonates so much with me, so I'm so excited for that. So hyped for Three Kingdoms Total War. EU4 is way better in multiplayer. I can imagine it will be, yeah. But it's just like, I don't know, just the time period doesn't do that much for me anymore. And, you know, the way that the game looks and stuff doesn't do that much for me. Ever play King of Dragon Pass? I have not played that. I don't even know what that is. What is it? What is King of Dragon Pass? Should check it out. It's awesome. I mean, I want to, but chances are I'm gonna, you know, I'm playing, or I'm gonna be streaming until I crash out today, and then I'm gonna be busy for 11 days, so I'll probably forget. No, not if you're not paying for it. Very weird choose your own adventure role-playing strategy tribal game. Wow! I mean, it sounds cool as hell. I love games, you know, strategy games, narrative story games. Some things that I intend to stream on here, but I haven't yet, is like XCOM 2 and RimWorld. Actually, I have streamed RimWorld like twice. Kind of similar to Conan the Barbarian. Raising a tribe to become a king in a fantasy realm. Huh, that sounds awesome. I think I definitely need to check that out. Sigwulf of the Gore Hunt has leveled up. I believe we're trying to improve his aspect of the Dread Knight, so we'll get that. And then... nope. Other way. Wulfrik. One more turn until Wulfrik's trolls are recruited. Any other buildings? Mountains of Hell. Victi Temple. And... okay, we've got all of those. We've got those. I don't know what we were intending to build in here. I guess we'll just do that. Mountains of Naglfari. A raiding port. From their raiding ports, the Northmen pour out into all directions, intent on sending the world to rack and ruin. Nice. We'll get a Victi Temple. And again, I'm not 100% sure what was meant to go in here, but I'm going to put defences in there. I have never played Conan the Barbarian either. You seem to be far more versed in games than I am, Pan. My god, the evil races are just overrunning everything. More like the books, not like Conan. Yeah. I mean, you definitely seem to have a lot more... I'm very niche, like... I don't even really give games a chance if they're not within my niche. So, like, strategy games, management games, and, like, storytelling tactical games like XCOM 2, you know, RimWorld, management games like Transport Fever, and a little bit of Football Manager and Motorsport Manager, like, those kinds of things. I don't particularly like play a lot of FPSs or a lot of straight up RPGs, which is weird for somebody that essentially calls themselves a role player and is a writer. Is I don't play that many RPGs. But the reason I don't play them is because I don't like, most of them don't have a lot of freedom. Like the whole RPG thing is like, oh yeah, you basically have no choice about where you start. Most of the paths are predetermined for you. You can choose between path A or path B, and now and again we'll give you an option about something else. But I'm like, it's just not free enough. Like, that's why I like RimWorld and XCOM 2 and stuff like that, and even Total War, because it's open end, right? I can choose to go wherever I want. It's a real gem. I definitely think I will look at that. A defensive alliance for 500 gold. I mean, it's a meager sum. However, who are you at war with? The Dwarfs, the Empire, Kislev and Bretonnia. We're already at war with Bretonnia, so that doesn't really matter. Conquest of Elysium 4 and Dominions 5. Tales of Maya. Look, Jesus, how many games do you even know about? I've never heard of any of these. You know what? Just because I think having the Barrow Legion around to stop these guys just steamrolling everything, I'm going to do a defensive alliance with them and potentially get pulled into some wars to defend them. Just because I feel like Wulfrik can see the writing on the walls. The Barrow Legion is dying. There's not really much in the old world that can resist Bretonnia and the Empire now, so we want to help them if we can. I am not paying you money. Go away. Wow! Steam Library 800 and GOG Library 1.2k. Whoa! And I thought my Steam library was big. Alright, there we go. Greenskin War. Inga Christensen's gained a Greyling Weirkin. But, more importantly, Wulfrik's army is now developed. Developed? Recruited. So what is the quest? We are trying to do the Salzamund Soul Eaters, which we have to raid Middenheim for. I'm guessing we're slightly not in Middenheim. Nope, we're currently in Middenland? Weismund, Middenheim. I think we are literally right on the edge of the border with Middenheim. If we'd have moved even just slightly this way, I feel like we'd have completed that quest already.
Heading out.
So I'm just gonna run over there, do that encampment.
Tribesmen, understood.
I want to keep his cronies with him. More because he's protecting them than they're protecting him. But also from a roleplay perspective, they don't want to get left behind, they don't want to miss out on things. Who's developed skill? Jason or Jason. Ruination, savage skills, unnatural healing, fueled by war. Alright, we're gonna get savage skills for him because he's got quite a small army anyway. There's something about the harsh, unforgiving nature of northern life that makes its occupants fight harder and longer than many of their soft southern equivalents. You like video games? Yeah, no shit. Actually credited in Stellaris. Are you? That's awesome. Wait, has he replenished? He's fully replenished now, so we can actually have you jump back on the water. And there's another unassigned skill point somewhere. Ah, Throg has leveled up. Let's improve his armor, improve his thick skin. Creatures with tough hides or some kind of natural armor are tough nuts to crack. Even a powerful attack may fall foul of their thick skin. Oh, and there's another one. Inger Christensen's leveled up too. Alright, I think with him we're gonna do... serve or die. You will serve me, wretch, or you will die. There is no other option. A 40k mod for Stellaris. It's technically inactive currently since the team besides you quit. Oh shit, really? You made that? Wow. I don't think I've played it. I definitely looked at it, but I think I got there too late, because if I remember correctly, it doesn't work now, right? Like you said, it's technically inactive. It doesn't work with the current update of the game. Current, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's out of date. Yeah, yeah, but I definitely looked at doing Warhammer 40k stuff in Stellaris. Wow, that's awesome, man. That's cool as shit, man. I love it. I do love 40k. I love how brutal it is. But yeah, I looked at doing Stellaris 40k mods because there's not really a 40k game that facilitates this kind of role-playing that I like. This open-ended, like, tell your stories kinds of things. I guess the closest you can do is like Dawn of War before it got terrible. But even then it's only RTS on one battlefield, right? Like, made most of the Warhammer mods for Warcraft 3. I own Warcraft 3, but I've never played it. Just because, I don't know, I've got a million other RTSs that felt very similar. Their offers: Defensive Alliance for 1,000 gold. Tretch Craventail. You're at war with Bretonnia, Avalon and Lothern. You're in military alliance with the Court of Pleasure and Nagarond. And a defensive alliance with Harganeth, who we are defensively allied with. Oh, I mean, we're both already at war with Bretonnia. And I don't really feel threatened by the High Elves, so I'm gonna say yeah. We accept. Sorry, my Norscan voice is not particularly good. I much prefer my greenskin voice. I don't play tabletop Pan, for the sole reason, like, that's one of the reasons why I play like this and 40k mods and 40k games, is because I just can't afford to do the tabletop. Like, I don't have the money, first of all, but I don't have the time either, like, to paint armies and stuff like that. Military alliance for 1,000 gold. I don't like the idea of you being able to drag me into offensive wars. So no, bring me more money. I like my wallet being lit on fire by Games Workshop. Yeah, that's kind of why I don't play tabletop. I'd love to play tabletop, like if it was, you know, less time consuming, or if I could just zap my paint schemes onto my armies instead of having to do it. I just don't have the time or patience for tabletop. But I've recently started getting into like D&D. I know it's not even remotely the same thing, but like I didn't used to do D&D because I was like, I don't have the time for D&D, and you know, I don't know what it is. Like, it's this really complicated tabletop game, and it's like, it's actually not. Alright, I'm not going to read that one because we've already done that. Oh no, we did that in a different episode. So, your hunters send word that they have not been able to find any leads in the forests, but have caught wind of a pair of sieging Cygors terrorizing Middenland, hurling giant boulders that are turning castle walls to rubble. It's as good a lead as any, and surely the soft southerners are not going to last long anyway, so they could do with the plundering. Time to bring some real hunters to the lands of men, which we've now completed. And then we have a matter treasury of 1,500, which, yeah, we have 40,000, so that's not going to be an issue. You tear through Middenheim, leaving charred villagers and slaughtered townspeople in your wake. Not only is there no sign of the Cygor brothers, but the soft fools of the Empire are surprisingly unknowledgeable about these monsters that are supposedly terrorizing their lands. But not all hope is lost. One of your shamans comes to you, claiming to have a plan which will lead you to your bounty. He can put this plan into action for you, but only for a handsome price, of course. You'll need to fill your coffers. I already did. So what's the next step? Having accumulated the funds the shaman demanded, you pay his fee. There is always the chance that he will double-cross you or fail to deliver what he promises. But it doesn't matter anyway. You can always execute him later and retrieve the gold if needed. With the job now paid for, the shaman scurries out of his hut. So we've recruited a Chaos Sorcerer at Ice Drake Fjord. Damn. Alright, here we go. The shaman returns and discloses his simple but deviously grim plan. Having communed with various godlings and daemons in his mysterious rituals, he now claims to know the location of the Soul Eaters. He suggests you march your army to the edge of the Forest of Shadows, taking captive any men you can capture on the way, and keep them alive. This plan sounds like it's getting interesting. So we need to move a character to the region of Dietershafen, which shouldn't be too hard, because we've just been given a Chaos Sorcerer across the Sea of Claws. So, no, yeah, no, yeah, no. I mean, move down there. You have 16 armies? You can play 40k Age of Sigmar on Tabletop Simulator? I didn't know that. Go on, go on, get on the lap. Yeah! Quest issued! Where is it? Down there. You reach the edge of the forest, having taken on dozens of captives on the way. These unfortunates will serve as living bait to lure the Soul Eaters out, who will likely be accompanied by the vicious beastmen herd they march with. The hostages are chained up and hammered to stakes upside down by their ankles, deliberately drawing their blood. The beasts will surely catch the scent, and it will be hard for them to resist the lure of injured, defenseless prey. From a safe distance you watch the doomed hostages as their screams echo between the trees. Out of nowhere, a frighteningly large tide of beastmen suddenly emerges from the thickets, gorily devouring the victims, ripping them piece from piece, limb from torso. Then, almost as quickly as they'd appeared, they were gone. The scene of carnage and bloodshed is immediately surveyed, and 2 pairs of hoof marks are found amongst the gored bodies, much larger than that of even the largest Cygors ever seen. Your bounty is here. You give the order to march directly into the dark, uninviting wood, following the enormous tracks. The Forest of Shadows shall give up its prize. The Salzenmund Soul Eaters will be yours to sacrifice. Alright. So now we need to start moving Wulfrik and his associates towards the Salzenmund Soul Eaters. We don't care about trespassing because we're Norscan.
In agreement. Journeying.
Bring death. Done. The crow directs me.
Okay, cool. How many turns until Throg's ready to go?
What?
6 more. Garakis has leveled up. Let's give him evasion. Those with such skills can evade enemy attacks with ease and break from combat should they feel that it is tactically important to do so. We'll do that. So they're going to stay where they're at. Jason, on the other hand, is going to head into the Straits of Fear.
Journeying.
Whoa. The Cult of Pleasure is big in this area. Alright. That'll be the end of that turn. Najira. Harganeth has declared war on the Wood Elves, the Dwarfs, and the Empire. And the Blessed Dread are still tearing Lothern piece from piece, limb from limb. This campaign is just not going the way that I'm used to campaigns going. To be fair, I haven't really played any campaigns other than the one that I was playing as the Empire from the very, very beginning of Mortal Empires. And I only scrapped that because the last update, the Festtag update that redid the skills, made characters that had unlocked certain skills basically unplayable because it removed them all from them on saved games, which is why we started this playthrough. So I haven't really seen how the game plays out in the north. All the other games I've done have been down south with the Greenskins and the Tomb Kings and stuff like that. The characters changed totally. Yeah, their skills were reworked, and the way that it worked with save games was basically like if you'd unlocked a skill that had been changed, that skill was removed from your character. But also that meant that any skills unlocked after that in the chain were also removed because there was now a piece missing. So like my level 40 Karl France, like basically lost all of his red and yellow skills because some of those at the start were reworked, so he then didn't have any of those. And obviously being level 40, which is max level in the game, he wasn't going to level up again, so he couldn't really like repurchase skills. So yeah, like it basically totally destroyed save games that that you'd already done. It's not the worst thing in the world. Like the changes they made are good. They were changes that needed to be made. But yeah, that's why we've started a new Norsca campaign. We were doing a Greenskin campaign and an Empire campaign. Alright, there we go.
Tribal fury.
Wulfrik can actually make it to his quest battle this turn. Or his monster hunt battle, rather. So we'll head up here. He's taking attrition. That's not ideal. I don't really have a choice. It's only going to get worse. Oh yeah, you can't auto-resolve these anyway. Saltzman's Spirit Eater. And there's the additional Cygor. Okay, so what have they got? They've got a whole bunch of Harpies, which our ranged should be able to take out. They've got 3 units of Minotaurs with shields. Shielded armor piercing, no forest penalty. So where's our anti-large? I know that the javelins, melee, ranged attacks are anti-large. Spearmen are anti-large. The Icebite wargs, our skin wolves, are anti-large. Armored and armor piercing. They have got a little bit of armor. They've got some razor gore herds that are AP and anti-infantry. They don't really have a lot of baseline infantry by the looks of it, so we're just going to have to dogpile them, I think. Yeah, a large portion of Wulfrik's army in this game have been renamed to Icebite something. Any unit that's called Icebite is the units that fought Friggastrex, who is down there in the bottom left, or bottom right of my army. Pooh! I didn't move the banner onto the ice trolls. I keep forgetting to do that. The ice trolls ended up dead the last time I did an auto-resolve. Perhaps the scariest of all giant humanoid monster species, Cygors are some of the angriest creatures to roam the old world. The Saltzman Soul Eaters are a pair of Cygors even bigger and stronger than those others of their kind, making them among the most difficult monsters to hunt. Their cycloptic eyes not only see the winds of magic, but also dampen their use for most spellcasters in their presence. Not a problem, we didn't bring any spellcasters. Magic is for fools. What more does a man need than the power of his own arm?
Do not take these behemoths lightly, my lord, for they are no ordinary Cygors. They hurl clusters of boulders with frightening speed, and will do so with reckless abandon. They are soul eaters, so it may be difficult to wield magic against them. Difficult, but not impossible. Like all Cygors, the brothers see the winds of magic through their single eyes, which causes them to be in a constant state of fury. Go forth and take the angry beasts down.
Okay. Well, there they are. Alright. Our Marauder champions with their shields will form much of the front line. Our Icebite Berserkers will sit between the 2 Marauder champions with great weapons, and they will form our assault line. We'll move our Icebite Axe Throwers to straddle the Icebite Hunters with javelins, and then all of those units will be put in the second line. Our Spearmen will hold the flanks. Our Icebite Chariots and our Icebite Horsemen will remain at the back. Friggastrex, who I've yet to utilise in an on-field battle, will keep at the back for now. Wulfrik will be at the front of his assault line. We'll put the Skin Wolves off to the right, and the Ice Trolls off to the left. awesome. Alright, there we go.
We are blessed by the many gods of...
Oh, they do appear to be moving. What are Frigastrex's armor-piercing frostbite causes terror? That is a magic missile attack. Frost breath, powerful explosion, strong versus a single unit. There we go. They are throwing things at us now. Alright. I'm going to readjust and form our lines up around about there. Because the harpies are coming right now. Wulfrik's not one to wait, so he's going to push forward, which is going to draw the rest of his assault line in, and then the rest of the front line is going to kind of collapse towards them. Keep going, and we'll get you guys to push there. We'll have the trolls push forward. You guys can fold in that way. I'm going to send Frigastrex over as well. I think everything's beaten here. So Wulfrik and all of his melee infantry is going to charge straight through the forest. His ranged infantry are going to attempt to follow.
The changer directs us. Quick! Chaos Marauders!
What is Frigastrex doing? Where the heck's the main one? Oh, he's there. Yeah.
Tremble, mortals! Faster, base hunger! Slump them! My gods,
Oh, we killed the main one.
My God, Scroll!
Oh, crap. Oh, okay. So the Cygor that's over here is not part of the pairing. That one is. Alright, well we are way out of position now. The Berserkers, even though they're incredibly weak, are just going to charge down along with Wulfrik. And these champions, they have Minotaurs with great weapons down there. Hooray! Okay, we're going to try and restore some semblance of order here. Got our Ice Bite Wargs over here. They really need to turn around. Alright, Frigga Strikes.
We serve the gods! Pull back!
Oh, this is not going fantastically well. Let's try and sea-fang these guys. Oh god, did he just miscast? No, 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 no. Oh my god. There's a group of Minotaurs there. Ice Bite Wargs. Go and get those Minotaurs. Marauder Spearmen. Yeah, you can go get them too.
Pillar of champions!
There we go. And then you guys are also gonna go for him. Why not? Okay, who's not doing anything?
Chaos Marauders! The Dark Gods command!
Hey, we just brought down that other Psycho. Wow. Right. They're running away, so you guys can just kind of stop and chill. I think the only thing left now is the Cygor leader.
Chaos Marauders! Lead us to mortals! Faster!
So it's now more about which units in Wulfrik's army are crazy enough to go for this thing. Captain, welcome back. We are finished with the armor patrols. We are now let's role-playing Norsca on Total War Warhammer 2. Get the javelin men up there and they can do some damage. All of you guys are really doing nothing over there, so... We've got axemen over here that can come and help. So this is the last, should be the last unit I think. It's now an epic battle against this creature. There it goes. And that should be the last of their army. Well, there's still some on the map, but they're done. Excellent. Saltzamund Soul Eaters defeated. Wulfrik may have lost his Icebite Berserkers. Looks like the rest of his units should be okay. The Harpies, between 4 units of them only getting 1 kill, is pretty darn good. The Minotaurs in the original army got no more than 8 between 3 units. The Razorgore Herds got 2 between the 2 units, so... You know, we did pretty good there. It got messy towards the end, but that's okay. If we have lost those Icebite Berserkers, it will be a bad thing because they're rank 8 and we are of course using the Valuable Veterans Quarter Effect mod, which means every chevron that a unit gains gives them a bit of extra leadership, attack and defense. So veterans are stronger than units that are not as veteran as them. If we have lost them, that is going to be not a sizable blow, but it's going to be a negative, especially since they're Icebite Berserkers, right? They survived the battle against Friggastrex. It would be sad if they'd fallen against the Saltzamund Soul Eaters. But I do feel like that unit is way out of place with Wulfrik's army now since we've upgraded it. We have a lot more of these Marauder champions in the army that form the bulk of his melee infantry, and I think they're basically better than the Berserkers. So we may need to look at offloading those Icebite Berserkers to another army and replacing them with some more Marauder champions. We'll see if they're dead or not. I think they're probably dead because I can't really even see any green. Like, there isn't even a slither of it as far as I can tell. How are you doing, Captain? Captain, thank you so much for the host, bud. Really appreciate that. It means a lot. Love getting support from you guys. You know, the hosts, the raids, the follows, subs, bits, anything. Like, even just talking in chat. Like, I'm so appreciative that that you guys are engaging. Yeah, man, I'm pretty good. We had a good time on the Task Force Patrol servers. They were starting to get a bit laggy because we'd been on them for so long, so and a lot of people had to go and wanted to go do other stuff, so we decided to come off and do some Let's Roleplay Norsca. So we did actually lose that unit of Ice Bite Berserkers, which is very sad. They have fallen. 1,000 gold if we sacrifice our 110 captives, so I think we will.
Embarking.
There we go. So a monstrous offering. The legendary monsters have been slain. The tribesmen flock to catch a glimpse of the fallen beasts, bearing witness to your glorious achievement. The bounty must now be ceremoniously offered up to a Norscan god of your choosing. To which god do you offer this sacrifice? We're going to give them to the Hound, which is of course the Chaos god Khorne. And we have gained a giant Cygor eyeball. Reduces enemy winds of magic power reserve, but improves all armies of all factions starting amount. And has the ability Doom and Darkness, which is a leadership hex. Okay.
My challenge?
Wulfrik has of course leveled up. We'll just give him the second level in Woundmaker. Aha. So he... Wait, can he have both? Oh, it's there, right. So he can't have the Berserker's Headband, which gives him AP and weapon damage, if we give him that. I don't actually think we're going to give that to Wulfrik then. Excuse me 1 second, guys. Okie-doo. So we can't put Wulfrik into an encamped stance right now. We'll have his lackeys wait on the Middenland side of the border for him. And actually what we could do now as well is go in here and look at the next one, the Treguard Mountain Cleaver. As creatures of chaos, Dragon Ogre Shaggoths are a highly favourable sacrifice to the Dark Gods, but also extremely difficult to bring down. Their strength and power are proportional to their age, making the millennia-old Treguard Mountain Cleaver in particular a truly challenging target for the hunt. Beware the lightning. So we're going to start that one, which means removing any character to Frozen Landing. Okay. Dragon Ogres are living legends of carnage and destruction. Most of what Norscans know of these godlike beasts of chaos is from the ancient records kept by their shamans, which has immortalized them in folklore. Amongst the more ancient tribes, there survives tales of one exceptionally strong Dragon Ogre Shaggoth known as Treguard Mountain Cleaver. His power is thought to be second only to Kolek Suneater himself, with the ability to call upon thousands of thunderbolts to rain down on his victims, striking from unpredictable arcs to maim and destroy on his whim. Treguard is indeed an excellent target for a hunt. To sacrifice such a powerful and ancient monster of chaos would be seen very favourably by the gods. However, the monstrous Shaggoth hasn't been seen in centuries, or at least nobody has witnessed him and lived to tell the tale in that time. News arrives of rumours that Treguard may be active again. A Norscan tribe to the northeast, very close to the Chaos Wastes, has been burnt to the ground with almost their entire enclave of warriors slaughtered in a single night. It is certainly true that many tribes of the north frequently perish at the hands of rival warring tribes, but on the night this tribe fell, it is said that a thunderstorm as bright as day lit up the night sky. This is certainly worth investigation, but you first need more information, preferably from the survivors who actually witnessed the slaughter. With the majority of the tribe dead, this is easier said than done. The few surviving tribesmen are scattered as nomads throughout the region. The hunt is on. Okay. So who hasn't moved? Jason hasn't moved. So we're going to head down to the south of the Straits of Fear. We've uncovered more of the drowned. Put this back on. So yeah, evil races just appear to be doing incredibly well right now.
I'd usually negotiate with my sword,
Barathi.
but today you are lucky.
They want a defensive alliance. No, not if you're not going to pay us. We're really not that interested. Okay.
I'd usually negotiate with my sword, but today you are lucky.
1,000 gold for a non-aggression pact with the Vampire Counts, who are in a defensive alliance with the Barrow Legion, which we are also. They're at war with the Empire, the Greenskins, the Dwarves, and Kislev. Two of which, yeah, why not? That makes sense to me. They're fighting people that we've fought before, so... we are kindred spirits, as one might say. Wow, I am blown away by how well the evil races of the world are doing. Like the High Elves, the Lizard Men, they're just all getting their heads kicked in. Empire and Bretonnia are not doing fantastic either. They're starting to recover a little bit now, but They were certainly losing at one point.
Your allegiance grows, my lord, and can be strengthened further still as you raise further settlements and erect monoliths in their place. Build upon this bond and ascend beneath your god's gaze. The riches of the old world are at your mercy. Feast upon them as you would a suckling pig.
So we've done the chapter 1 objective, attain level 1 allegiance with any god, which is the Hound. We've gained favour level 1, which grants 10% weapon strength for melee infantry units, which is very nice. The harsh and desolate wastes of Norsca embrace you into its cold and wintry grip, my lord, yet it cannot sustain your appetite for war indefinitely. You will need to voyage from this land to raid and pillage. Your gods will gaze favourably upon you for this. Raise in their name and align yourself with one to be granted their twisted and ruinous gifts. And we've also gained the ice-blooded strength technology. And it wants us to recruit a chariot, we'll see. Attain level 2 allegiance with any god. That's the one that he just said out loud, so I'm not going to read it again. So, we're going to head for the sea.
Chieftain of the tribe. The Hound compels. An affront to the gods.
Okay, that's them staying still. Throg still has 4 turns to recruit his trolls. Jason!
Speak.
Is there any way we can get on land? Only over there. And we would end up having to raid because of all the corruption. Oh dear. Okay, well, let's head back out of the Strait of Fears. Halbert Torgerson. Ah yes, our shaman sorcerer of fire who was recruited. Well, we can start sending you towards where we're going. Okay. Send him that way.
The eternal challenger.
And then research. After we do this next one, we're going to have done all of the first monster hunts. So we are going to want to get one with the beasts to unlock level 2 monster hunts. A hunter without knowledge of his quarry is like a warrior without knowledge of his enemy.
Your demeanor tells me you aren't here to duel. Too bad.
No, still not interested in that. got very small armies, the Barrow Legion now. I don't really see them being able to push back the way that they are. Sorry about that, guys. Just had a little bit of an interruption there.
Let's fight.
Let's fight! Alright. We're going to sail towards Einarsson's Moot, which we, of course, renamed after Ulf Einarsson. He was the one who chose to establish an outpost there. Okay, good. That's all of them moved. The agent will move on his own. How far off is Throg? 3 more turns. And then we're back to Jason, who is moving around the coast. Okay, good. I need to go through my buildings and stuff as well, probably next turn. Halbert Torgerson on his way. The Drowned and Clan Pestilence have negotiated a peace. That probably means that the Drowned are all the way down, like, in Lustria proper as well, because that's where Clan Pestilence starts. Or that, or Clan Pestilence have fought their way up through Lustria proper. One or the other.
You'll soon be choking on your own blood, Southerner.
No. Okay, Sigwulf Fridolson has got a Greyling Weirkin.
A challenge?
Wulfrik. We'll just continue moving in that direction. Ulf Einarsson has leveled up again. He's going to get another level of unnatural selection to improve his wolf units. And Wulfrik's hangers-on are somewhat being left behind. And we need to go down and find Jason. We'll keep him moving forward as well. There's the Drowned's capital, the Monument of the Moon, which we have moored pretty much right outside of. Sigwulf Gridolson has leveled up. The Eye of the Gods. The slightest glance, the merest glimpse from one of the dark gods is sufficient to propel their playthings to even greater feats of desolation. Why not? Let's get that. And just bear with me 1 second, guys. I'm just going to check some stuff. Just want to boot up the TeamSpeak and see how the GTA roleplay communities are shaping up. Try this one first.
Connected.
Nope, still looking very quiet.
Disconnected. Connected.
Also looking very quiet.
Disconnected.
Alrighty. Silly me, I could have been running the end turn sequence. I thought I'd done that. The Blessed Dread have declared war on the Empire and Bretonnia as well now, so it's not just satisfied with tearing through Ulthuan, now they're going to try and tear through the old world. And if they succeed, they're pretty much going to be the resident power in the world. To my knowledge. They're certainly going to be a formidable force to be reckoned with. Chilfroy the Devoted, running around with an army. Is he trying to take Norden? Yep, and he has. Bestial servants. Your warriors can be even more effective when mounted. On the back of a beast, they will charge the enemy with greater ferocity and cut deeper into their lines. But should they break in wild horses, or gain the obedience of a wolf pack? I mean, I don't really know if there's a roleplay choice to be made here, like on Wulfrik's behalf, but on my behalf it's always got to be the wolves. So I'm just going to kind of put my my personal desire there onto Wulfrik. I keep him moving. We're going to try and have him catch up.
The eagle guides me. Despoil and ravage. The eagle guides me.
Okay, that's going to keep them moving. Then we are going to keep Jason moving around the southern or the southwestern coasts.
Dominate. On the prowl. Sent by the serpent.
And then we've encountered Clan Pestilence somehow. Don't know how. Goromadni Mountains. Hellspire Mountains. Icetooth Mountains. I'm not 100% sure what's supposed to be going in there. I think maybe that. The Mountains of Hell. Mountains of Naglfari. There we go, that's all of our troll country is not being taxed. Well, they are now. Alright. Well, we are coming up to the 2-hour mark on Total War Warhammer 2 here. Honestly, not 100% sure where I want to go with this right now. I was planning on jumping onto one of the RP communities, but they don't seem to be up and running just yet. But I think that we've done enough on Total War Warhammer 2. So what I'm going to do is we're going to end this stream here, and I may or may not be back within the next half an hour to an hour, hopefully with, you know, the RP communities getting started up. But for now we're going to end this here. Again, we are looking at, we've managed to complete another monster hunt for Wulfrik, and we're on the trail of another one. Throg has almost replenished his losses, and Jason is about to explore the coasts of Lustria, so he's doing pretty darn well for himself. You can see here this sort of tealy colour is the Blessed Dread's territory, which also includes this. And now they've declared war on Bretonnia here and the Empire here, and I will be curious to see how that turns out. The Court of Pleasure are looking incredibly strong. The Drowned aren't exactly looking like pushovers. All of these ruins are probably Clan Rictus. Harganeth's looking strong. Nagaron's not looking amazingly strong. Looks like it's only really carved a small chunk out of there for itself. The dwarves do appear to have various spots of territory, but they're looking very split up. I don't know if you can quite make out the colours here. This blue, not this blue there, but the much lighter blue is the dwarf colour, which looks like it's in sort of 3 or 4 or 5 bits. So yeah, as when we come back to this, we will be, we'll be trying to finish this monster hunt with Wulfrik and then get on to another one. We'll be looking at Throg possibly harassing Bretonnia because they are getting quite powerful, and Jason will continue his exploration. We might even want to call him like Jason the Explorer or something, because he's really starting to make a name for himself doing that. But yeah, I will possibly be back later on tonight with some 5M RP community stuff. But after that, I am going away tomorrow for 11 days, so I will not be streaming for the duration of being away. So for that purpose, I'm going to put another link to my Discord in the chat. If anybody wants to join the Discord, I'll be active in there, not a lot, but I'll be in there. So if you want to join the Discord, chat to me, chat to the folks in there. There's writers, artists, streamers, community members. There's all kinds of awesome folks in there. Yeah, so you can join that. If you want to catch up on this series, this Total War Warhammer 2 Let's Roleplay Norsca series, there is actually a bunch of that on my YouTube channel, which you can find links to in the Discord. All of the previous 115 turns are on YouTube already. So yeah, you guys can jump on there and check that out on the YouTubes. They're just direct exports of the stream from here, from Twitch. But they're all there if you want to check them out. So for now, guys, I may see you guys in the next hour if you're around for some 5M RP. But for now, I'll see you soon. I'll be back in 11 days. While I'm away, don't forget, be good. And if you can't be good, at least be awesome. See you later, guys.